You want to beat the winter blues with us? Hi, I'm Dr. Jodi, and this is Julia Leahy from More Pesto, Please.
Hey, thanks for having me.
We're gonna eat our ice cream sundaes with our cherries on top.
Whoa, this is a fancy spoon.
It's a very fancy spoon.
Very
I got it off
fancy
Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, you did.
It's like a golden spoon. Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. We're gonna start these long winter nights, and the holidays are coming, and so I think it might be interesting to talk about like how to get through. I know a lot of people in my family when we get to the solstice, they're like, "Yay, it's gonna get dark, lighter and lighter." The days are getting longer, but as we're coming into the fall, especially in like fall back, when the time changes,
Yeah,
it's like depressing.
it's so depressing. Especially, I think there's a different level living in New York because you have to go outside here more to perform normal tasks. Like to go get my groceries, I gotta go walk a couple blocks.
Yeah.
Whereas if I was back in Rochester,
Just have it delivered.
no, I mean, I'd have to walk my car in the driveway and then walk through the Wegmans parking lot.
It's shorter walk, I guess. Yeah, that's true.
I have to walk to go do my laundry because I don't have laundry. And
Yeah.
it's just more tasks you have to do here, I feel like. There's
Yeah.
another layer to it.
We're recording this from New York City, at the very famous New York City. And this is Julia's home base here.
Yes.
So, New York is really hard in the winter. Those cold days are pretty brutal because you're just freezing. Then you go in a store and it's like so hot. And then you go outside,
Yeah,
it's like
and then
freezing.
I'm sweating in a parka.
Yeah. And then you
I
have
have
to,
a
if you go
beautiful
somewhere, then
sweater
you're
on.
carrying your stupid thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you're
Yeah.
sweating through everything. More
The
laundry.
subway is so hot.
It's really a lot of hassle. I gotta eat some ice cream.
Yeah,
now.
take a bite. It is. It's an added layer. Even though, I mean, in Rochester, we're pretty used to the dark and cold and gray.
Julia's from my hometown of Rochester, New York, so that's why we know each other.
Yes.
And we're used to it being dark. We're used to the snow, but the New York City adds a whole other layer to it. What is like when you're looking into the winter, as you're doing now, because it's fall. I don't know if you're watching the recording. It's probably like a sunny day, but right now we're heading into the fall. It's the end of October, and at least there's holidays to kind of cheer us up. I don't
That's
know.
what
The
I was
Southern
gonna
Hemisphere
say.
doesn't have that.
Well, are you like a fall girly?
I like the fall.
I love it. Fall's my favorite.
Okay. So
I don't
that
like
helps.
sweating. Let me tell you something about me.
Okay.
I don't like sweating. I will do anything in my power to not sweat. So the summer sometimes is not my favorite season. The trade off is you're losing daylight, but I'm sweating less out here in this town. It's a delightful temperature outside right now.
Well, it's been a really warm fall and just gorgeous.
It's been a nice fall, but I thrive at 62 degrees. I'm thriving.
Okay. All right. So you like it, and then it goes below.
Then it goes below, and the darkness is rough, especially because so I content create full time, and so I don't have the traditional like work schedule or school or like if you were a student, like I don't have that traditional schedule. But that I imagine is harder because then you're getting out of work or whatever, and it's dark.
Like
if
you
it was
were
dark
9 to
when you
5.
left your house, and it's dark when you get home.
It does really stink.
That's
especially
hard.
if you didn't have windows.
Which in this city you might not.
You might not have windows in your desk. Yeah.
Or in your apartment.
So if you went to work and it's still dark, and you went home and it's still dark, and you had no daylight,
that's hard.
It's really hard.
That's really hard. That is a recipe for seasonal depression.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people get depressed during it.
I definitely do, 100%. Especially in college, I feel like actually, I think just because like no one's college in the warm weather is so everyone's outside, everyone's mingling, and then it's so much harder when
it's so much more bandwidth, like to deal with the cold and all the extra stuff, and you have to pack. You're carrying extra stuff.
I'm always carrying something, sweating.
Yeah, and then if you don't want to if it's really nice out, you're like, I'll just run home. But if it's cold, you're like, I'm not running home, so you got to take everything with you. I mean, it's just like there's so much more to think about, and so the motivation piece of having to do all that
it's totally a motivation thing.
Yeah.
It's a
and so
motivation
when
thing.
your motivation is down because you're like, I have to do that and that's hard, and then you feel like bad about yourself, like, what's wrong with me? I'm lazy.
Well, and I mean, if you're
Not
in,
you.
no,
Not-
yeah, like yeah,
People.
when it's like, for example, I need to go outside to go to the laundromat to do my laundry, and it's like dark and cold. Then it's like I have no motivation to do that. Okay, well now I'm neglecting like a very important task I need to do, a hygiene task. You know, like then you feel shitty and you can't, and
You're like,
are
normal people could
gross.
do this and I can't, or something.
Yeah, and it just
but,
takes a lot of. It takes a lot. No one like it's.
but everybody feels like that.
I know, but it's not something you feel like you can talk about because it's like, why can't you do your laundry? Do your laundry.
Yeah. I
But
know.
it's now I gotta
wonder
take
with
my
the-
laundry bag outside.
Like it's like we are unmotivated, and then we like beat ourselves up because we're unmotivated,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's where I mean, it is also like you're not getting the vitamin D.
This is delicious.
This is really nice.
I'm having a time of my life.
This is so good. I haven't had ice cream in a really long time.
I don't think I have either. It's also not. I mean, it's
But
not ice
having
cream
a cold snack in the cold, it's like having a warm hug.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. So this is something I struggle with a little more because I have always had problems with eating. Winter foods are really heavy.
Mm-hmm.
It's always like butter and potatoes and like steak, like heavy carb comfort
Yeah,
food.
yeah.
And that's tough because the summer is always like a lemon salad or something. Yeah. So it's tough because like you're moving less because you're just not outside as much, and you're eating worse foods.
Yeah.
I struggle with that.
I get it. Yeah, not moving as much is you're not getting the endorphins, but then you're feeling, and then it feels triggering because of the food. Like when you said you always had a problem with eating, does it feel?
I just am
like,
very I just have to. I've had a history of stuff like that. I have to just be very careful about what I eat and what I put in my body. So
I'm sorry, I suggested these.
no, don't worry about it. I'm eating them.
I was thinking about winter, and I was like, so if you like, are the holidays hard?
Yeah, definitely. Cookies everywhere all the time. I'm
Yeah.
Italian. Are you Italian?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pizzelles and scatterbad and sfogliatelle all over the Thanksgiving table. I'm not doing good.
Oh yeah.
Cookie dough. It's not even cooked. I don't know how I'm eating it.
Oh, okay. Is your mom a baker?
We always bake for the holidays.
Okay.
Totally. Yeah. My grandma too.
Yeah, my mom was not a baker really. My grandma maybe had a couple things, and my sister bakes, but I am not because I just want to throw everything in. Like I'll make soup because whatever I have, I'll put that in there.
Because
It has to be exact.
well, have you heard cooking is an art, baking is science?
Yeah, I'm not
you're-
going to follow a
you're
recipe. I'm
left-brained.
just not a follow recipe kind of a person.
No?
No. Which is probably why I have tech problems with my show.
Too many numbers.
I don't want to like follow a recipe. I want to create something.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about more pesto, please.
Okay.
In this show, that's like amazing that you started a few years. How many years ago? How long has it been going?
My TikTok or my podcast?
Let's do TikTok and then we'll go into the podcast.
Sure. I do comedy on TikTok. I've been doing it since maybe my junior year of college, so that's like going on 4 years.
Okay.
And yeah, it's what I do full time. It's super cool.
How many hours a day do you do it?
Not a whole lot, I'll tell you that. Maybe one.
So you put one TikTok together a day? I do see. I have notifications that come up when you post, and
Do you?
it's always almost every day. I'm like, oh,
I try to post multiple times a week for sure.
yeah.
Definitely not every day, and I try to do something like I'll have a meeting with my team because I'm like signed to an agency, a management company. So if I'm not doing like posting, I try to do something related, so I feel like I have a job.
Is it not enough structure?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
And I struggle with that a lot during the winter because
Not to have structure.
no structure.
Like, do you sometimes like not go out at all
So
for a couple days?
well,
I think I've seen a TikTok when you said that.
for sure. probably crying because it's really hard.
You have to more pesto please on TikTok. So funny. I love them.
It's a little raunchy, but if you're into that, check it out.
Yeah.
It's hard because it's the coolest job in the world, and I'm so grateful, and it's given me so many opportunities. And it's not by any means like I'm not like going out and working manual labor for 12 hours. It's a very cushy and amazing job. But I think like anything, there are like some things that are harder than others.
Yeah.
And one of those things that I struggle with is the lack of structure.
Okay.
I wish I had like somewhere that I wake up and have to go at 2, and then this is the time, and now I'm done. But I don't do that. I'm bad at that, I guess. I feel like if I was more.
I mean, you could create that. I mean,
No,
the life coach in me is
I'll
help you.
And I try. So let me tell you I try to leave. I try to take a walk every day.
Okay.
Preferably a mile.
Same time or not?
No.
Okay.
Whenever I'm called.
Structure.
That's smart.
Mm-hmm. It is really good for your brain to do the same thing
at the same time. That's delicious, and maybe I'll adopt
going
that.
to sleep, waking up, eating, and exercise. If you do if you meditating, if you do those things at the same time each day, that routine is like totally up levels your mindset.
Well, I did I'm signing a membership for a new gym, and they have classes, so that'll be I gotta be there on time.
Yeah, that'll
be great for me.
Okay.
You'll like that.
All right. Yeah. But with people, like, because I was going to say too,
like
going to class.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so great to be in a class and not be exercising alone. When people are alone a lot or isolated a lot, and then they exercise alone, I'm like,
Yeah. So I feel like if you're someone who like works with a lot of people, exercise is probably your like
good
alone time.
But if you're alone all the time, you need to exercise with people.
I take any opportunity I can get to talk to people because I don't talk to people all day.
Yeah. And people are interesting. They probably inspire you to tell a funny story because
I haven't started yet. I just signed up, so I can't tell you. But I'm sure I'll make a friend.
There's gonna be people there.
I'm sure I'll make a friend or two.
There's gonna be people at the gym that you're gonna be like, oh, I got a TikTok on that lady.
No, I can't. That's the problem because you'll like this too. Because of the lack of structure, I was like, I'm gonna get a part-time job so that I have somewhere to go a few days a week. And I was hostessing at a restaurant. So many stories. Stories.
Like staff and customers.
Oh yeah.
So much. But you can't tell them because everyone knows.
I'm actively working there, and I don't want anyone to know where I work. I don't want to give anything away. But I actually found that, and I really like everyone there was great. Made some friends. Really enjoyed going and socializing. I found that it is actually too much of a time commitment with the TikTok stuff.
Yeah.
Because I was always working at night because I'm a restaurant. Like it's not open during the day; it's open for dinner. And sometimes I'd get invited to like events or be booked for a stand-up gig, and then I'm frantically trying to get someone to take my shift. I'm like, what am I doing? I was doing a restaurant job have some socialization, and now I'm like
coffee shop. But
I totally need a coffee shop. But let me tell you something: it's really hard to get New York City coffee shop jobs without barista experience. They don't like that, but
now you have hostess experience.
No,
I'll bring people to your restaurant.
Yeah, sure.
I'll TikTok you.
No, but I'm hoping that because I am relaunching my podcast.
Oh, okay, yes.
I am hoping that with the relaunch of my podcast, I will have a lot more structure because I write it, I shoot it, I edit it, I do all that myself. And something I do with that to make sure I'm like getting out of my apartment is I always try to do that like I'll pick a coffee shop. So I have to
I was going to suggest that too.
To leave my little cave.
Yeah, like have a library you go to or something.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah.
I was thinking free, but
yeah.
Like a WeWork.
Then I get a little treat.
Yeah, that's good.
I like getting my little treat. A little pumpkin spice treat.
I've really been having trouble with caffeine lately. Like it's really making me sick. Just the last week or so. Today I was like, I think it's the caffeine. Why have I been sick for a week?
Stomach sick or like anxious?
Stomach sick and like shaky.
Yeah, shaky. Yeah. I don't drink coffee.
I think I kind of intuitively I'm like, I think coffee might be my problem. Like about a week ago.
If I drink coffee, it's gotta have so many flavors and
Yeah.
weird things in it that it's barely coffee anymore.
Yeah. I trained myself to drink black coffee. And
Yeah,
it's
that's
the
very
ritual of
useful.
the hot thing in the morning. I just really
No, that's
love it.
so-
Even
I
at
wish I
night, I
could.
can't wait to wake up and have that cup of coffee. Like,
Oh, that's kind of nice.
yeah, and it has to be really hot. If it cools down, like I'm not drinking it, so I have to drink it in a travel mug, to keep it hot. And I still like after about 15 minutes, I pour it out. I have
Put it
coffee
in the
again.
microwave. Oh.
Oh yeah,
You heat it up.
no,
Gotcha.
no. Or I could give it to my husband Ted, and then pour more for myself.
So you're
You
not
can
an
drink it
iced
with-
coffee drinker.
No,
Okay,
it'd be like boiling.
I hear
Give
you.
me some boiling coffee,
Okay.
like my grandma.
Okay.
Like they had to have hot coffee, from that generation.
Well, another thing too that helps me during the winter along those lines is making like cozifying my apartment as
Ooh,
much as I
yeah.
possibly can.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So beating the winter blues by having like a nice
nest.
sanctuary, a nice nest
Yeah.
to feel comfy in.
Especially
great-
with the time that I have, like the downtime, I keep it really clean. I like wash my sheets very frequently, which is
Yeah.
crazy. I never washed my sheets in college.
Oh, that was normal.
But now it's like I'm a freak and everything's very clean and
Oh,
because
that's
it's my
good.
little nest, it's my cozy nest.
That's
I'm there
great.
all day.
That's
It
great.
needs to be clean.
Yeah.
I go to Home Goods. I have my scented candles.
Do you have like good sitting places in your place? Like, do you have a desk or a good chair to read in, or cozy or watch?
Yeah, we have like a cute little living room.
Okay.
Very cute. I poured my heart and soul into decorating my apartment. It is beautiful.
What about people that you live with? That probably is a really important part of getting through.
Yeah, I live with
Darkness.
a friend of mine from college. Her name is Maddie. She's great. She's the same level of clean as me, which
That
is great.
important.
Yeah. The only thing that kind of sucks is she works a ton, and so I don't see I don't see her as much as
Yeah.
I wish I did, especially like when I have little to no human interaction during the day. But she
Yeah.
works like a 9 to 5 and then works a restaurant job too. So she's always busy.
Oh, she's always busy.
Yeah.
We just found out, that you have a connection. Like one of your friends lives with my son.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how do you know Elizabeth?
Through, do you know Jillian Anderson?
No.
She's a camp girl.
Oh, she's camp girl.
Yeah, she's good childhood friends with.
There's like a huge network.
It's a
of
huge
camp
network,
people.
and all the last names are Eamon or Green or
Brown.
Brown. Yeah, it's a big camp network, and I know everyone through the grapevine a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Because I was a camp kid. I went to camp. Summers.
I mean, everyone in Rochester.
Okay, okay,
Right. I mean,
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, I met Ted there. I was on
No
staff.
way?
Yeah.
That's adorable.
Yeah. So and like the other Eamon, that Mary and Kevin met each other.
At camp?
Yeah. So like we're still besties. And,
That's amazing.
yeah. So yeah. But yeah. So then all our kids worked at camp,
Yes.
and a lot of
That's
them
how they all
have
know it.
boyfriends and girlfriends
From camp.
there.
Yes. Amazing.
And even Ivy, the little one now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bullish that little.
I never made it past CIT. I found out I don't really love children, which is a really key part of working at the camp.
So maybe you could go to their parties out there in Brooklyn. Like they,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, they have.
No,
like,
they're great. They're
Yeah.
great.
I think they're having I think there's a Halloween party.
I think I was invited.
Oh my god!
I might be there.
Kids. Lily might be there too.
Yeah? Oh my
it's so
god,
fun.
that'd be great.
So fun.
Just another layer.
Julia and Lily did theater together. That's how I met Julia.
Yes.
And it's
Speaking
so
kids.
funny. So always funny. Like Julie's always been funny.
Oh
So
my
I'm so
gosh,
glad
thank
that
you.
you're doing comedy. I cannot wait to see you stand up. I'm gonna catch you sometime.
Please do.
But I love the show More Pesto Please on TikTok's hysterical. And the Pesto Pod is the name of your podcast.
Yes.
And the videos are on YouTube of the podcast.
Videos are on YouTube. I'm releasing on Spotify too. I always used to do video on Spotify, but I'm switching to audio only.
Okay. I
Um,
don't know anything about that.
I just
My
feel
stuff's
like.
on Spotify. I'm on there.
Are you about a video on Spotify, or are you just talking to Mike?
I don't know.
Okay, probably not then.
Probably not.
Yeah, I wanted it to be more of something you can listen to, like in the car or doing another task. So
Yeah.
I didn't want video to be the primary
Yeah,
form of
I like that.
watching it.
I think more people listen to stuff.
I would think so.
Yeah, even like on YouTube, on on Facebook and Instagram, people are reading and not listening because they're like other people in the room. But on YouTube, I feel like people are listening while they're doing something else.
Yeah,
especially
absolutely.
if it's just more like
I like to have podcasts on if
training.
I'm doing my makeup in the morning.
Like pretty much, if I'm consuming content, I have it on like high speed.
Oh my god,
Listen on high speed,
multiple things going
and
at
I'm
the same
doing-
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, putting makeup on and listening to something high speed, like some training or some.
No, I sometimes have. I don't know if it's like I need like multi-stimulation. I have like something on the TV and something on my phone.
Oh yeah,
playing at the same time.
Like
different things.
Two videos or like a game and a.
No, 2 videos.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
We're like kind of simpatico because I mean sometimes it's a game. Sometimes I have to watch a video and be playing a game, but then I'm also like, what else can I do?
Yeah.
I'm like, my mind could do more stuff.
Like anything to not be thinking. Let me just. Have I done the connections today?
I'm
Let
like
me do connections.
thinking of new ideas at the same time. Like my mind just is like crazy busy, but it's fun.
I've started though. Circling back to winter
Circling
time.
back to winter time. Beat the winter blues.
Like it sounds stupid to say it, but like inside activities, they're so important during the winter. Like I just started reading again. I haven't read in years.
Oh my god!
What a great winter! You're doing something without like you're relaxing, but it feels like less productive, or I'm sorry, more productive than just sitting
You're
there
still
on your
consuming
phone.
the content.
Yeah, but it feels better.
Yeah,
it feels better than like
watching.
Yeah,
it totally does because
I don't feel like I wasted a day.
Yeah, when you're reading, like you're developing the imagination, like you're seeing it.
Yeah.
Like so you're doing it's not as passive as watching TV.
Yeah, I would agree.
So it's
hit me with that science behind it.
I can't help it. I can't help
No,
but give
please,
the
I love it.
psychological
I love
piece
it. I
because
love
this
it.
is what I do. But yeah, so so there's something about reading when you're just reading it because you imagine or doing that you're like participating in the story. And actually last night Lily and I recorded that one. I was seeing if you want to do that one on the catharsis of scary movies. Lily and I pre-recorded an episode that's going to air November 11th on
Where was
catharsis. I know.
Oh, I just got back from Europe.
Oh yeah. So we did. Oh yeah, I didn't know that. I'm trying to think. Like I saw that on Facebook, but I forgot.
I know.
So
I'm
many
very
things going
active on Facebook.
So we're just talking about how when you're participating and you're like the catharsis of like processing things through the other characters is really important.
Yeah,
it's really important.
Yeah, and when I'm like in it, I read so fast. I go through like so many books.
Paper book?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Everyone I talk to your age like prefer paper books.
Yeah, although expensive. I didn't know how expensive books were.
You don't have a library card?
Girl, no.
But then you have to hold on to the book.
Yeah, but I'm so new to it. I now I got like a 7th book that I
That's
own.
Amazing. What about like used books?
Sure. Oh yeah, sure.
I just spent my whole life like I have too many books. I have to get rid of books, and now
I've never been like that. I was never a reader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fiction?
Yeah, I like crime, mystery. Yeah, I love true crime. Love it. Although I did read ACOTAR. Do you know about ACOTAR?
No. What is ACOTAR?
Oh, it's crazy.
Okay, so reading to beat the winter blues. What is ACOTAR?
ACOTAR, A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Oh yes.
Oh, good.
I read the whole series.
Okay.
Yeah, last year. What is that? The author's name?
No, it's ACOTAR, like A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Oh, I never heard that.
You've never heard that?
No.
You gotta get on TikTok and look up ACOTAR and look at the edits.
Oh.
You'll love it.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. I was just talking to Jack about it. My nephew Jack about that series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
I read the whole series.
I didn't finish it. I didn't finish the series, and I won't because I got tired. But
yeah, I mean it's long.
It's so long.
Long.
Now I'm back on my mysteries and my thrillers. I love that. And then it's like then it captivates you to finish it faster.
Just remember my ice cream.
Yeah, right. Ice cream soup now.
I post on Instagram story all my books that I read. I'm on.
Oh yeah.
I usually listen to one and read one at the same time.
Different?
Yeah, because if I'm in a room with somebody, I'd read like at night before I go to bed.
Sure.
if I'm taking a walk or I'm in the car or something, I'll be listening.
Yeah, but is it the same book?
No, I don't do, that's expensive. But
Wait.
I usually get them from so that's expensive. So I either have an audiobook or an ebook.
So you're reading 2 books at the same time, essentially.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
that sounds
But they're
hard.
not at the same exact time like you do with the videos, like a crazy.
No,
person.
I know, but at the same.
Yeah.
Like in the same day.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
How do you do that? I
Yeah.
didn't know what's happening.
Because I mean, there's just totally different stories. Sometimes they're nonfiction or whatever, but they're just different stories. But sometimes I can't listen because I'm.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I can't read because I'm walking.
Yeah.
Or in the car, I'm not gonna read those. Sometimes I just at a red light when you're in New York City and you're like stopped in a light forever or like.
You drive here?
Yeah.
Oh, terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't have the struggle of going in the walking a million blocks to the grocery store. And
Well, you have to walk a million blocks to park your car.
This is true.
I mean, it is definitely a pain, but it's easier to just drive down here.
Okay. Yeah.
In Brooklyn, we're in Brooklyn right now. It's free parking, but you have to find it. It's like it's like blocks. But near Lily, there's always a spot.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I was so like there's always a spot. I mean, on her street.
There's never any near me.
No.
I think mine's more residential, so it's like people that live there.
Yeah. I mean, this is people live there, but they probably just don't have cars. I mean, these are like her apartment's just like this.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a great place. So it's so no one has cars on that street.
There you go.
There you go.
No, I do not have a car, so I fly back and forth.
Yeah, that's good. I wouldn't if I lived down here, but we drive down to see.
Yeah.
My little grandson is like freaking adorable. If you want to see what he looks like, just go to my Instagram, put Nona Jodi in the highlights. Like, cutest baby. I'm so biased.
As you should. I've seen a picture of him. He's really cute. So, the winter.
Beat the winter beauty. So just watch. Lily was like, "You're obsessed with him." She's like, "All you do is watch videos of him." I'm like, "That's how I beat my winter blues. It's by watching pictures of like this baby smiling. Like, how could you not? How could you be sad when this baby's like?"
I also inside activities. I like. Are you a crafter?
Yes. I don't have much time, but
Right,
I totally have always been a crafter.
Okay.
I have a craft closet. Actually, this weekend we went to the Adirondacks with my husband's family.
Ooh.
For all these crafts for the toddlers, but they were a little too young.
Okay, yeah. Too advanced. The craft for too advanced.
But yeah, so what kind of crafts? I mean,
well, I really enjoy. I have like a big giant wall calendar, and I keep it beautiful. It is beautiful.
Oh.
Beautiful. So I at least a couple times a week will take it down, and like every box is decorated, and there are like motivational quotes all over it, and I keep it, and I keep that shit organized. I have everything written. That's how I remember things. Because if not, it'll.
So it's like I'm picturing a chalkboard, but what do you mean?
Well, it's just like paper, but like one of the big ones from Staples, like they're huge, and I would equate it to like bullet journaling, the way I make it like very pretty, because I love like calligraphy.
And then do you keep like what if when you
throw in the garbage? Yeah, bummer. So like, what do you do with a journal? What do you mean?
You keep your journal in your basement
for I would throw it out. I'm not sentimental like that.
Okay, so you just take it and throw it.
Yeah, so I always have. That's nice because it's like it's.
I have every calendar since I've been married.
That's crazy.
They're like this big.
Okay,
and I keep them, and I was like, so usually sometimes you're looking back a year because you're trying to remember something.
Well, sure.
But I don't know. It's like this is like
that is so
a
funny.
Testimony of our life for 26 years. Like,
that's true.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like, what the kids did. All
a little time capsule.
It is totally a time capsule. So I know we're getting to the end of our time here. It looks like there's a chat here. Let's see. Oh no, that's just Joe putting up to get my freebie there. So we are, or that might just be Facebook automatically put that up. It's an old one. We used to have this like energy shield training for empaths. Actually, it's still live. Yeah, it's a video training for empaths. So that's what that link is. If you're on Facebook, jodiamond.com/empath. But what I'm really promoting now is this Generation Z mental health resource guide. So if you go to jodiandjulia.com/guide, if you're a teacher, if you're a parent, if you are in Generation Z, or if you're a counselor, this is a comprehensive guide to help you understand what the heck is going on and how to help them, actually. So jodiandjulia.com/guide. But you can still get that Empath freebie too. That's a video training that's me telling you how to block the negative energy, because we need to do that.
And I'm Gen Z.
Yeah, I know.
So I'll eat that up.
Yeah. So so nice to have you here. I
Thank
just
you
want
for
to keep
having
going.
me. I know, I'm yapping. But
yeah, so more pesto please on TikTok.
more pesto please on TikTok.
Just funny
Pesto
things,
pod.
just make you laugh,
Sure, yeah.
make you cry.
Well, hopefully not, unless it's cry laughing.
Cry laughing is always good. This is my favorite kind of laughing.
Yeah.
Like pee your pants laughing is second.
Yeah, or like
second fave.
really tired, delirious laughing.
Yes.
Like in an airport or something. That's good laughing.
Yeah, that's good laughing. So yeah, if you want to laugh in any kind of ways that you'd like to, go to More Pesto Please with Julia, and she'll let you know if she's performing.
Yes, on my Instagram, I keep it very updated with if I'm performing. Also, the Pesto Pod comes out tomorrow, Tuesday at 10 a.m. and hopefully every Tuesday after that. If
what
I
are the
keep
topics
my shit together.
My Pesto Pod? My Pesto Pod?
The Pesto Pod. Sure, or yours. Your Pesto Pod.
Our
yeah. Lay.
Nosotros.
Yeah. It's kind of gonna give it's gonna give school a little bit, and I'm teaching about a random thing every episode. But it's just me teaching with my very colorful vocabulary.
Oh, I love it. You kept it clean here. You didn't have to, but I mean,
well,
it just came out that way.
I guess it's.
Did you have to work hard on it?
No, I said shitty.
Oh, okay.
I let it slip, but we're having a pretty clean conversation. Did you want me to
beating the winter blues? Well, beating the winter blues with routine, with comedy, with in-store activities like crafts. We didn't mention board games. I was going to bring that up because if you hang out with those guys,
activity.
If you hang out with those guys,
are they board gamers?
They are board gamers.
Incredible.
So this is going to be a whole new world.
Yeah, and take a walk every day.
Taking a walk
bundle
every
up
day.
and take a walk.
And join the gym. If you're in your job and you're isolated, or you're at school or wherever you are, and you feel like you don't have enough, then when you're looking for those other activities to do, you have to be around people.
Yeah, I signed up for my classes. It's combat class.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm excited.
All right, cool. And improv. I mean, that'll be a whole group
take a
of
class.
People. Take a class.
That's my advice for the winter blues.
In the winter, take a class, do some art, exercise art.
Take a walk.
Learn something new.
Put on really, really warm socks and take a walk.
Yeah.
That's my final.
About like 20 years ago, I decided to start walking. I was in winter. I never went outside. So like
bundle up.
You can't go outside. It's so cold. And then I started to walk, and I was like, oh, I could be outside. It helped me the whole rest of the day to like go in and out of the car and not be like afraid to go outside. It's like I was no longer trapped in
Plus, like, spend a little money and get like yourself a really nice scarf, and then you'll want to go outside and like show it off, or like a beautiful coat, and it'll motivate you to go outside more.
That's great. All right, I was so happy that you joined us. Whether you're here live or watching the recording, we're really happy to be here. I'm on live every Monday at 8 p.m. And so click the bell and get a notification so you could get on, ask us questions, hang out, talk, whatever you want to do. So glad to see you. Again, go to my website, jodiandjulia.com/live. You can watch it there, or /guide. You get my guide. Or if you need any other thing, I have tons and tons of stuff up there for you. And subscribe to my channel. That's it. Woo-hoo. Thank you. Oh, I forgot to do my outro. I'm sorry. I know this is live and this is ridiculous, but
there you go.
back. Okay, there. Hello, how'd it go?